Everyone will be starting in a moment. I am just getting everything set up. Okay. There. Voice is being picked up. We're good to go. So, hi everyone. Welcome to another stream of Ace Attorney Investigations. Today, we are continuing where we had left off last time, where we had started the fourth case, and Kay fell from a great height. Maybe hit her head a little, because she doesn't remember anything other than some words. You know, like, that's the sun, kind of thing. So we took her back to where she was found, which was apparently in a building. Then she had like a freak out, where she was like, "Oh, there's a guy that walked across to me from like from nowhere." We also found out there was another person named Kay, who we found out wasn't actually called Kay. It was because she had the promised notebook that had Kay's name on it. But yeah, managed to find another person there that was killed, and now Kay is the first suspect, and we have handed in our badge in order to find the truth. So we're going to see how much we can get done today, and hopefully get Kay memory back. Good, yes. Let's get to it. I'm Matt the Shirt. Welcome. Right. Game. That's not the game. That's Uma. This is the one I want. There we go. The last thing I recall is that Kay had ran off after we handed in our badge. She was like, "This is all my fault," and then ran away. And now we're chasing after her. And everyone's like, "Oh, we let the criminal go away." Well, yeah, you just stood there and watched. Right, showing up on there. Need to get Restream chat done because it's doing that annoying thing again. There we go. Refresh Restream. There we go. Alright. Everything seems good. Let's go. Continue. A budding bond. Middle. Just think, we still have one case after this. One episode. This feels like the penultimate episode. April 5th, 5:58 a.m. p.m. Not a.m. High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. Kay. People are like, Kay! She's not here either. Where are you? He's so out of breath. Knockety knock knock. Special visitor. Fender. Oh, talk about an happy face. Everything okay, big guy? Don't earn yourself too many admirers looking like that. What are you doing here? Has something happened? Has something happened, he asks. I'll say. It's been all over the news. A murder in the committee chamber. I'd call that a happening, alright. And what with your hearing being today, I thought. Well, I couldn't help wondering if you were involved. Penultimate means second to last. This is the penultimate episode. Yes, but big words, too bad. I don't hardly think anyone uses that. It's just say the last episode. They're reporting it on the news already. Heck yeah, dead lawyer, young woman on the run, they're lapping it up. It's crazy stuff, but compelling too, I gotta admit. So you're gonna give me the lowdown or what? Well, actually, see, it all started last morning. Whoa, maybe warn a guy before blowing his mind next time. Things are even crazier than I thought. Hey, Rafatron, you did make it, well done. This isn't a joke, Fender. Kay's out there somewhere, all alone and without her memory. Not to mention being the suspect in a murder. That definitely doesn't make things any easier. Where the heck could she have gone to? You sure she doesn't remember Zip? I thought she might have come here, but... No luck, huh? Can't say I'm surprised. It sounds like she thinks she's done you wrong. She wouldn't want you to cause you even more trouble by rocking on your doorstep. You'd think I don't know that, but I'm out of places to look. Hey, take a chill pill, compadre. This isn't like you. You ran up tighter than a clockwork monkey, which isn't a bad thing, necessarily. After all, it's got even you running from pillar to post looking to save an innocent from jail. Acting like the attorney I know you were born to be. Look, Fender, I may have given up my badge earlier, but that doesn't mean I've decided to become an attorney. However, Kay isn't just some suspect in a murder to me. She's somebody I've come to know very well, even if we've only been acquainted for a short while. And she'd never harm a fly, let alone another person. I haven't known Kay for that long. You've known her since she was like a little girl. Yeah, she disappeared for years, but, you know, she was part of your first case. Blow my mind twice in 5 minutes, why don't you? Kid's lucky to have you in her corner, champ. Hope you don't mind me saying this, but there's quite the bond that's sprung up between the two of you. You have to give me you and your old man's a run for his money, even. It's, nothing like that, really. She just likes to get involved herself in my affairs. You can say that again. From what I've seen, she likes to charge into things on no holds barred. But she's done you some good, I can tell. You two make a great team. And then she never showed up again after this, so I don't know what really happened if you make a great team. Can't say I'm not a little jealous, seeing as my partner in crime's no longer around. Anyway, you need to track her down. Connections like that don't grow on trees. I should know. Alright, how about this for a plan? You're fresh out of ideas about where she could be, and you just can't walk into the streets shouting her name. So why not go back to the source? Look into how she got lost her memory in the first place. You might just turn up something, or some clues that'll help narrow things down. That's not a bad idea. Based on what she told us, it sounds like it all started at a big building. And that's where we're headed. Next stop, the big time. And maybe you can give me your face that good news on the way. Kay won't come frolicking back into the fold if the first thing she sees is you're scowling like that. Very funny. Fender is truly a force of nature all on his own. It's nighttime now. April 5th, 6:42 p.m. The sun sure sets quickly. It's pretty. And even a murder on the premises could make this place close its doors. Gotta chase that last dollar, huh? There's hardly anybody around, though. Guess we got the whole place to ourselves. The first step towards proving Kay's innocence is to figure out how she lost her memory. As to Miles, got sleuthing to do. This rooftop paradise is all ours, so let's focus up and do what we're good at for Kay, alright? And then he went off on his own. Do what you're good at, huh? I suppose I should be grateful that there's at least something we can do. Woo. I'm not happy I'm doing a bad and unsad spin. The beak and wings of a bird and the body of a lion. I guess these statues are meant to guard the peace of this little rooftop haven. I have to say they're incredibly detailed, almost frighteningly so. Instead of feeling welcomed, I wonder how many people have been scared off by these instead. A Pegasus. The winged horse of legend. No. Wait. Isn't that horn on its forehead? So, it's a unicorn. That can't be right either. Unicorns don't have wings. What's this? There's a little plaque here at the bottom showing the name of the piece. Contradictions. That'll teach me to bother engaging with such things. Oh, God. It's a pretty sizable cherry tree. Its flowers are just on the cusp at full bloom, according to what Kay told us. She was standing beneath this tree until she was pushed and fell. That's a very thick tree. How did Kay lose her memory? You think there was something she wanted to forget? Maybe some particular choice words from Miles' insult comic? Of course not. I wouldn't dream of saying anything so terrible she'd want to forget. Detective Gumshoe, on the other hand, could do with a few more choice words on occasion. Poor guy. Won't envy him one bit. So the person in the raincoat Kay saw supposedly approached her from the direction of the concession stand, which would suggest that she was pushed over this railing here. The railing is chest high. You'd have to really try hard to go over tumbling the edge of it. Everything looks sturdy enough too. I want to look at the trapdoor. Obviously the trapdoor's going to come into play somehow, because why would they just draw it and not do anything with it? Binoculars. Why is it binoculars and not a telescope? Weird. You can insert a coin to take a good look at the distant landscape for a few minutes. Kay absolutely would have been all over this. The Kay I know, anyway. But for now, I'd better focus my powers of observation on this rooftop. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, we meet again. What are you two doing up here? Well, seeing as we came all this way, we thought we might as well enjoy some cotton candy. What the heck are you doing here? Looking to get yourself in even more hot water? You needn't worry about me, Dr. Hutz. I'll be just fine. Whatever you say, Mr. Soon-to-be ex-prosecutor turned ex-prosecutor. Saw that coming a mile off. Wait, what? You got fired? As I said, you needn't concern yourself with my affairs. If you say so. So, oh, how's Kay doing? She ran away. Uh-oh. Did something happen? Maybe I can help? How about an injection? No injections. Thank you. How's that going to help at all? Unfortunately, a jab a day does not keep the world's trouble at bay. An apple does, though. Yeah. It did get kind of chilly, huh? Come on, let's head home. Alright then, Mr. Edgeworth. Catch you again soon. Y'all come back now, you hear? They're the real killers. The old lady got the daughter to do it. Hey, you! Yeah, you! How about some delicious potted clouds cotton candy to brighten your day? There's someone in there? Potted clouds. Is it named for the fact that we're so close to the clouds up here? Okay, my kids, we take a normal serving of cotton candy, we split it in half, part it if you will. Half the candy, same price, double the profit. And we're laughing all the way to the bank. I don't think your customers will be laughing if you keep sharing that information quite so freely. Is that just a TV of the building? Where's that camera? It looks like a TV for showing announcements from the various companies in the big building. But at the moment, it's just showing a regular broadcast channel. Ugh. What am I standing here for? The Steel Samurai isn't on for today. She was in the tree? I have to drive home. We'll chat when you get there. Okay, well, be safe driving. Okay. Don't mind me. I was just lying in wait. That would make you a criminal, Kay. Perhaps you meant to say lying low. Oh, yeah, that. Nevertheless, I doubt people will look kindly on a suspect haunting the site of her supposed crime. Surely you understand that even in your current state. On top of which, while you've been playing hide-and-go-seek, I've been worried sick and frantically trying to find you. Are you mad at me? Of course I am. Now, what were you thinking coming back here? Did you think your amnesia would excuse your recklessness? No. I I came to try and help you get your badge back. What? I thought if I could get my memory back, I might be able to remember killing that poor woman. I thought if I came back to where I lost my memory, maybe I could, There's one thing you haven't lost, you know. Your ability to surpass my expectations at every turn. Is that a compliment? It doesn't sound like a compliment. I couldn't be more certain now that you're Kay, that I know very well. However, I don't appreciate you being so reckless. Do you hear me? I'm sorry. Seriously, Miles, you're killing me here. You were back at good guy points and then you went and blew it up by blowing your top. Good to see you, kiddo. Glad to see you safe. Come on, bring it in. Okay. That's the spirit. Now, not now, Fender. Yeesh, I was just trying to lighten the mood. What the hell is that? Live news from the big building, where a shocking murder took place earlier today. Police continue the hunt for a young woman known to have been present at the scene. She's considered the prime suspect, and police say no effort is being spared in trying to track her down. Well, obviously it has not been spared because she was in a tree. She didn't even leave the scene. Ooh, mama. They're not messing around, huh? Well, team, what's the plan? Looks like the clock's ticking down and fast. Indeed. It's only a matter of time before they find us. Alright, first things first. Kay, you're sticking with us from now on, capiche? But I've caused you so much trouble already. You can hardly make things any worse for me at this point, unless you kill someone. Again? Mr. Edgeworth? Then it's... Oh, wrong voice. Then it's settled. We're in this together like the Three Musketeers. Miles here will be in charge of proving Kay's innocent. And I will, believe me. So I'm going to need you to do everything you can to help him with this investigation. Okay? Okay? That's so weird saying, okay, Kay. Yeah, of course. Great. Now we got to move quick. Can't get getting bagged by the boys in blue before we even started. You two may not have any more loot to lose, but your Uncle Eddie sure does. Gregor would never forgive me if I got the family office shut down. Thank you, Fender. I'm sure I owe you more than you'll ever really know. I hope I've been of help to you so far. You've literally just shown up. I came back here because I thought I might jog my memory. How about we go over what you remember one more time? Okay. I was standing under a tree, sheltering from the rain. Then I saw a person in a red raincoat, and then they pushed me. Do you remember anything more specific about the person in the raincoat? I'm sorry, I just can't recall anything. Oh, but there was one thing. I could see the moon over their shoulders. They came closer and closer. The moon? Yeah, it's all very fuzzy, but it was in the exact same place it is right now. Floating up there above the cherry blossoms. So the moon was visible over the mysterious figure's shoulder. But that would mean that she saw the guy come from the other way. Because this moon would have to be behind him in order for her to see it. That's new information I should keep in mind. I keep feeling that there's something just on the edge of my memory. There is. It could be the clue we need. Alright, just let it float to the top of your mind and say whatever comes into your thoughts. Cheeseburgers. Alright, I'm seeing... It's very faint, but I'm seeing a small restaurant, just a counter and some seats, and there's this incredible smell. A beautiful golden soup, not too thick, and it tastes just right. It's filled with delicious noodles. They're firm, but not too firm. And that's when a thought crossed my mind. I'm going to order another bowl. A captivating memory, but sadly one that has nothing to do with the case. You used to say you were the second great thief Yatagarasu, a noble outlaw dedicated to stealing the truth. And you really do not remember any of that? Oh, I think you're right. I was a noble. Not a noble, Kay. A noble outlaw. Still, I suppose you got halfway there. Also, nobles don't exist anymore. We've got aristocrats. They still exist, unfortunately. Is this some kind of contract? In a way, it appears to be a criminal contract of sorts. I suppose you could say. A criminal... And I wrote this? The letter isn't handwritten, so it's hard to say who actually wrote it. I see. It does look like it's handwritten now, but whatever. I'm sorry, I don't remember you well enough to accept a gift like this just yet. That's alright. I wasn't offering it to you anyway. I can't accept dead bodies. Or keycards. I remember the person in the red raincoat. That much I'm pretty sure of. Was she really coming towards you from beyond the concession stand? Yeah, they were walking right toward me. And I have proof. Of course I do. I remember they had legs. We already had this discussion. A ghost? There's no ghost here. You're a fool. I'm going to push you off myself. Oh, okay. That doesn't add up. My brain exploded. Thinking back of what Kay has said, the person in the raincoat approached her from the direction of the concession stand, which implies she was pushed over the railing on the opposite side. She also said she could see the moon over the person's shoulder, but when we checked just now, the moon was in a different location than expected. Yet Kay claims it's currently in the same spot as the sky, or in the sky on the night of the incident. This throws the positions of the clouds and the person in the raincoat out of alignment with her story. I think her memories may have become confused somehow. What's more, if she really had been pushed over the railing, she would never have survived the fall. Therefore, I must conclude that she may not have fallen where she thought she did. You may have fallen, Kay, but it couldn't have been over the railing. Because if you had, you wouldn't be alive now to tell the tale. But I definitely remember standing under that tree. If I was pushed, the only way I could have fallen is over that railing. Isn't it? Not unless the ground opened up and swallowed you whole. The ground could just open up like that? How? My bad. Not a joking matter. Sorry, kiddo. But it may also be closer to the truth than you think, Fender. I knew that trapdoor was going to come into play! Let's take another look at the ground in that area. There's a chance we might have missed something. I knew it! Can't believe this thing made the news already. How'd they do it, huh? Hey, think they're filming us from the chopper up there right now? Go check the TV for me, Reno. Need to make sure they catch my good side. Now? At a time like this? I wonder if I actually can. He's not even in there. And the roof looks a lot bigger on this shot. Why isn't the roof actually that size? As you can see, they're still... You can hear the helicopter in the background. They're still hard at work on the top of the 50th floor. That's where the Committee of the Prosecutor of Excellence hold the disciplinaries, correct? That's right. There have been people walking through the windows all evening. This is all one serious investigation. Well, this doesn't take our chances of getting out of here with Kay and Erosia. We'll have to find a way to slip past the press. I'm cool and mysterious customer, Mizarino, but I'm no spy. Maybe we could use him as a decoy if things get desperate. Okay, whatever you're thinking, quit it. I can tell it doesn't end well for me. I must scour the scene and expect anything that catches my attention. As you can see, they're still hard at work up on the 50th floor. That's where the committee persecutor, we already talked about this. That's right. I guess they're still working in the committee chamber. The reporter's right. You can see people moving around. Wait, something's very wrong with this picture. And I can use a certain piece of evidence to help deduce exactly what. It looks like it's being broadcast live, which means we're looking at the big building in the real time. Does that mean we're on TV too? I don't think so. The camera is far away enough to just dark enough that I can't think we'll be safe for now. Really? It looks well lit to me. I can quite clearly see the roof. At least we should be. If Kay is spotted, things will go from bad to worse before we know it. Eureka! A question. How many floors does this building have? Easy, 50. Right? Kind of ironic that a few feet above where the committee works its ugly little schemes is a place where starry-eyed young romantics come to wish for everlasting smoochy times. But then, where's that dark space above the 50th floor? The gloomy underbelly of love? Wait a minute. Exactly. The committee chamber is supposed to be on the top floor, directly beneath the viewing platform. But it actually appears to be located one floor below that. Clearly contradicting the supposed facts. Maybe whoever wrote the pamphlet made a mistake? Somehow, I don't think so. Could be crazy, but... Yes, there appears to be a hidden 51st floor. It's not very well hidden when you can clearly see it. Wow. That's where they keep the gloomy underbelly of love? My heart, you need to take credit so literally, Kay. Good. Then perhaps we can take this more seriously instead. Come on, have you met me, Miles? It might be an easier said than done. It'd still be easier than trying to enjoy your so-called jokes. 70-year-old brought sort in connection with lawyer slaying. Kay couldn't have fallen over the railing. So where did she fall? There must be a clue around it somewhere. I must scour everything and clean it good. There's nothing interesting here. The ground here is covered with cherry blossoms. Even though the tree's not in full bloom yet, the strong wind up here is blowing the petals right off. It would have been nice if they'd thought it to tidy up just a little, though. Do you know how often flower petals fall from cherry trees? They'd be constantly cleaning it up. Oh, what's this? Looks like a service hatch. Kay, do you think you could might fall down here instead? Nah, you never be as clumsy as that. I'm sorry, I just can't say one way or the other. My bad, kiddo. Just another one of my silly musings. You don't have to take me so seriously, you know? I don't? Never? Well, maybe not never. If I told you to leap lyrically into my arms. Fender. Chill me, Zorino. Where's your sense of whimsy? You got no whimsy, man! So, never then. Ouch. Talk about a deep cut. How has the whole floor beneath the 50th and the viewing platform remained undetected all this time? You got me there. Kinda hard to hide a secret set of stairs going up to it, if you ask me. And that's precisely it. Things like stairs that are normally out in the open go unnoticed by people seems a bit implausible. Which can only mean the 51st floor is no ordinary floor and can't be reached by ordinary means. You have to run through a pillar like you do before Hogwarts. And that means we'll have to reach it through extraordinary means, right? I don't know about extraordinary means, but let's go for the unconventional. Indeed. Consider it, if you will, the hatch was found by the cherry tree. What would you expect to find on the other side of a hatch? A room of some kind, perhaps? Oh, a secret room. Now you're talking my language. Let's go take a look. And it's filled with murderers, cutthroats, and thieves. The one place they can't find them, under the nose of the law. Alright, here we go. What is this place? Look at all that stuff down there. Is it a storeroom? Whatever it is, I think we can safely say that this is where you fell. Go team! Strike one mystery off the list. Yes, but the greater mystery of Kay's memory loss remains unsolved. And also, how did she get out of there? And where's the blood if she fell? We have a red-coated figure who can walk on the air to account for, among other things. Hey, kind of guy basking in success for a second? They found a hidden storeroom. I vote for we scooch down and check it out. We have pretty much exhausted everything up here, and it can't hurt to take a look. Let's go to Hexside instead. Emma? Is that you, Mr. Edgeworth? Emma, what are you doing here? I heard about what happened from Detective Gumshoe. I was in the area, so I thought I'd come by and see what's going on. Does she look slightly different? I feel like she's wearing lipstick in this one. I don't know. Maybe it's the same. It's literally only a few weeks later. This is Emma Skye. She's a high school student, currently studying in Europe to become a forensic scientist. The younger sister of a former superior of mine. We also stood in court together. The detective called me up in a panic. He said your badge fell off in the big building and Kay was in a man's suit and... Hold it right there. Is this why it's your favourite case? Because Emma's back? Didn't you just leave to go back to Europe a few days ago? And you're back again already? Yep, I'm here with one of my professors. But not to do any schoolwork or anything, just some interpreting. Then shouldn't you be off doing that instead of gallivanting around the crime scene? Oh, it's fine. There's this wonderful thing called body language after all. Her sprite is updated. Oh, okay. I guess if we unlock her in the gallery, I have to check to compare it to see what's different. That's not an actual language, Emma. Anyway, never mind me. This is about Kay. How is she? Where is she? Ah, shucks. Isn't that sweet, Kay Meister? Your little friend here is worried about you. Oh, yes. Who's this guy? Don't tell me you went and got a new assistant, Mr. Edgeworth. Very funny, young lady. It's actually the other way around, I'll have you know. Who said? You did! You said it was the best case out of the entire game. This game, not of the entire series, don't get me wrong, but of this game. Eddie Fender, attorney at law, and senior partnership at Edgeworth Cohen Law Offices. Edgeworth? So you are his assistant? Wait, attorney? Since when were you a defense attorney? I'm not. To say it's complicated is an understatement. Look at her little hands. Let's not sweat the details for now, yeah? First things first. But an attorney, Mr. Edgeworth, really? Ooh, it's like I'm not even here. What is this, some kind of weird experiment? Perhaps we should head down below. I'll explain there. I agree. The police should be any minute. And who's this? I'll explain later, Emma. Come on, time to go. Oh, alright, but you better explain yourself, Mr. Hotshot Pro... attorney? Trust me, I'll explain that, too. Okie dokie do. Down the hatch we go. To be continued. Already. This was a very short case. Or part. Oh, wait. Didn't mean to do that. Investigating the storeroom. Stop doing that! April 7th, 7:06 p.m. Question marks? It's dark as a grave down here. Can't see the nose in front of my roguishly handsome face. Oh, watch your step, Emma. Ow! I hit my head on something. Make your way down slowly, Kay. I don't want you to slip. This is in between Emma. She was between kid Emma and adult Emma. Oh, yes, Mr. Edgeworth. Wrong voice. There seems to be a light switch here somewhere. Oh, there's got to be a light switch somewhere. Ah, bingo! My eyes! Wait a minute. We got that statue, which was stolen. We've got the ugly suitcase. Is this everything from our case that was part of the smuggling ring? Is the smuggling ring actually a part of this again? SOJ Emma is best. Spirit of justice. This is... So the hidden 51st floor is really being used as a storeroom. We'll need to take a careful look over all these items. Woo. All right, Mr. Edgeworth, you promised me an explanation or three. Indeed. Where do we even start? This is starting to get a personality, Emma, and she is legally an adult. What? That's like a double on that, but okay. Wow, a lot's been happening, huh? What a case. It's not supposed to fill you with excitement, Emma. Seems that you got yourself in a real pickle, Mr. Prosecutor Attorney. I'm not an attorney or a prosecutor anymore. Well, whatever you are, I think it's time for science to lend a helping hand. Don't worry, I brought my entire kit with me. Well, if you're sure. Are you kidding? I live for moments like these. Here, let's make this official. Good work with you again, Mr. Edgeworth. And you, Miss Skye. And then there were 4. Right, everyone, let's get to work. Kay looks a little bit cold. I don't know where the elevator goes. Is that going to just go down to the floor with the meeting room? And then we just like lower it? We're like, where did you come from? It's her! Get her! Do we have to have an argument and show the evidence that we found? Looks like it goes down. It's something we'll certainly want to investigate further. But we should look around here first. Aye, Captain. Let me know if you find anything juicy. I'll keep trying to see what I can remember. I'll let you know if anything comes to mind. Thank you, Kay. Emma? Ready, willing, and able to investigate, Mr. Edgeworth. Very well. Let's begin. 51st floor. Hey, I have second best girl! Yay! Seriously, Franziska is first best girl. Emma's definitely second best girl. Ask me anything, I'm all ears. You know what I want? I want the next game to have Emma as, like, not the assistant, but someone that comes with you. She doesn't show up enough, and I miss it because she was great in her own game. She's great when she shows up. There's literally nothing wrong with her. And Franziska has her own problems. Obviously, she has things wrong with her, but that's what makes her appealing. I like this. It's like one of those things where people go, I could fix her, but no, it's not. I can't believe they suspect poor Kay. It's outrageous. I couldn't agree more. But the first best thing we can do right now is stay calm and look for clues. Except, I've been scientifically processing the situation, and I think I've come up with a better idea. Maybe we could administer some carefully targeted electric shocks directly to Kay's brain. Yes, let's give her brain damage. Like I said, Emma was meant to be the protagonist. That would be cool. Like you go around as a detective. Detective Emma Skye. What do you say? Might be just a thing to bring her memory back online. That sounds more than a little risky. It sounds incredibly risky, in fact. Personally, I'm still a bit of the opinion that we search the room for clues, and it's the better option. Really? But a little risk is what science is all about. Yes, a little being the operative phrase. What you want to propose is literally shocking someone's brain. I'm back for a little while to interpret my professor, and I'm still mostly based in Europe. Gotta keep studying until the finest forensic investigator under the sun. I'm very glad to hear you say that. Dedication is one's chosen field, is a student's greatest responsibility. It sure is, but I don't just want to get ahead and academically. I've been trying to get hard at sports too. Especially that one event where they have at school athletes meets. You know the one. There are quite a few to choose from. It's huge over there. Unlike here, it's considered a real hardcore sport for adults. That's right, I'm talking about glasses battles. Who hasn't heard of those, right? Me. I've never heard of that. Me. Never. Not even once. Doesn't he wear glasses later? He'll have to get used to it then. He only got changed to Edgeworth since he was super popular. It makes sense. And I don't hate that Edgeworth is the main character. I actually kind of like that. I just do hope that in the future Emma does get her own game. Emma is the best of the Tayologies. Yes. Okay. This is Kay's pin, right? It is. It's one of her most prized possessions, and yet she doesn't even remember it. Huh. Maybe it just needs a bit more pizzazz? I could customize it a little. What do you think? A pink ribbon here, a white feather there. We can have it looking pretty in no time. Thank you, but I think we'd better leave it as it is, lest we confuse Kay and her memories any further. I mean, they're both pin-wearing girls, so... I'm afraid there's not a whole lot for me to go on there, Mr. Edgeworth, scientifically speaking, I mean. In other words, you're not sure what you're looking for. No, it's not a matter of not knowing, it's a matter of information. I need more data. I'm gonna show you everything. Not fair to include DGS, it's just has the best case. DGS. I swear this was brought up before, but I've already forgotten what it was. Now, why do you suppose Kay lost her memory? She probably suffered some kind of huge shock, right? Well, she did manage to get herself wrapped up in murder. Yeah, I remember. When it happened to me too, a long time ago, I was scared. If it wasn't for my sister, I wouldn't be standing here talking with you right now. Like this. That's for sure. You have to help her, okay, Mr. Edgeworth? You have to help Kay. I mean, it was Phoenix that helped you get through that, but sure. Of course, that's exactly what I mean to do. Examine the body, Kay, Emma. Do it. Alright, she provides nothing for the new stuff. Any of the items I have. It's kind of creepy, all these masks lined up here in the dark. Susato sweep. Not a fan of horror movies, I take it. No way. That's just so unscientific. I think you mispronounced terrifying. I must scour everything for scenes and stuff. These are all case files from various murders. What? But why would they be in here? They should be safely under lock and key at the courthouse or the prosecutor's office, which would suggest that somebody removed them without permission. Something very suspicious is going on here. We need to find out more. We're not going to talk about that being priced. This looks like it has a weapon in it. That mask! That's Global Hero Onyankopon! And why is that so shocking? You really don't know? Everything about the show is secret. When it's on TV, who makes it, the merchandise is rare. Or super rare. It sounds to me like whoever made it may have simply gone out of business. I missed the reaction to Emma showing up. It was happy. It was joy. That's Captain Saipan. He's super popular overseas. Everybody loves dressing up like him. Kids, adults, you name it. I find the flower on his head to be a little excessive myself. What TV shows are these from? I don't know a whole lot about it, but I believe it's called The Students of Starry School. It's about an elementary school where the students are all superheroes. So the masks are modeled on safety sport helmets or something, right? And maybe the number of islets tells you their student ID number? So the one on the left could be number 1 and the one on the right is number 2. I suppose that could be it, yes. And that would mean a ton of slits for kids with the highest ID numbers. I have to admit to being a little intrigued by the show now. It's the Steel Samurai and the Nickel Samurai. The Nickel Samurai always seems kind of pleased with himself to me. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not just about being skinny and cool, you know. There's more to it than that. I'm Team Steel all the way. You've just gone up in my estimation, Emma. She's the only heroine the Stereo Samurai Seal series needs. A few of these were shown in the Grand Prix from Farewell to My Turnabout. Oh, really? Oh. You see that again? I love the Pink Princess. You watch shows like that, Emma? Of course, you love them too, right? Well, I don't really know all that much about them, but sure. Really? Because I saw the Steel Samurai figure in your office, so I thought... I can't believe you've never seen it. This was years ago, man. That's the evil magistrate, and these are the Blue Badgers, again. Eureka! Kay was carrying a Jammin' Ninja mask when she was found, but it looks like it might have been originally come from this hook. Scientifically speaking, that does seem to make a crazy hypothesis. Which would mean that Kay was really here. As you put it, not a crazy hypothesis. But why? Is she come to steal something, maybe? There's all kinds of stuff here. Because she's a great thief who steals the truth, I suppose. No, I think it's too early to jump to any conclusions. It's probably going to be that when she fell down the ladder, she grabbed onto this. There's a selection of masks arranged on the rack. There's even a steel samurai. And what an impressively authentic likeness it is, too. The scientist, to me, is sensing something strange, though. A lack of consistency, you know? In the sense of that the characters represented here feel a little haphazard somehow. I don't disagree. There's even an empty space here. Yeah, just an empty hook, right in the middle. Is somebody using that one, perhaps? These are... What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? These are all things from different cases. Wait, isn't that... That's that Green Lantern. That's from, the last one. Oh, God. The one that's in 3D, where you go to the spiritual country. That's what they use to find out these secrets, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken, several of these items are on display here. Are pieces of evidence from old cases of mine. Well, what are they doing here? There's the one from the first case of this game. There's the one from the last case from the previous game. That's the same from the previous game. That is the perfume for the real Yatagarasu, quotation marks, and that's the ink. Never mind, I just remembered, that's not from the last game. This is from the last case. All of these are nearly pretty much from the last case. I'm stupid, never mind. It's because I was thinking, like, too far ahead. Maybe this is where the committee store stuff is looking into? It can't be. Evidence like this is stored at the police department. They don't keep stuff at the prosecutor's office, too? When a case is ongoing, yes, but once the last trial is finished up, it's supposed to go right back to the precinct, unless there's a very good reason for it to go elsewhere. And yet, here it all is. There's no point in trying to figure out why. The whys right now. It should take a close look at it all. They all have labels. Labels with numbers printed on them. Exhibit numbers, maybe? You said they were all pieces of evidence, right? Yes, but judging by the numbers are written, and by the items themselves, I guess these are prices. Prices? I would never have guessed that. Wait, but none of this stuff would be worth that much money, would it? The prices are very high indeed. It's no wonder she's surprised. I must examine all of these in detail. It's a small bottle, one I've seen before. Oh, that's all? Nothing else to add? Oh, never mind. That was Edgeworth's voice. Whoops. Well, no. What more did you want me to say? Hold up, I've got to write this down. Mr. Edgeworth can turn even the most boring topics into something picturesque with explanations. Next time, try taking these kinds of notes in silence. A bottle of ink and a lantern, both pieces of evidence from a previous case of mine. But why? What's all this stuff that's related to you doing here? It's not as if any of this is in my possession for any length of time. The duration of the case and no longer. Perhaps this is all nothing but a mere coincidence. Seriously, a coincidence? I never thought I'd hear those words come from your mouth. We must always face up to the facts of a situation, however strange they may be. Isn't that what scientists believe too? Oh, you want to talk about what scientists believe? Settle in. This may take a while. That's a cute little doll. Looks kind of like the Steel Samurai. It's actually the Iron Infant, son of the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess. He was born burdened with the knowledge that he too would one day be called upon to fight justice. I can't imagine the pressure that must have put him under, more than most people could bear. Yes, he's young, he's still going on about this, but you consented nonetheless at a certain terrific, tragic refinement. Edgeworth, Mr. Edgeworth, are you even listening to me? Oh, of course. A mannequin, huh? Wait, I know. All thanks to my powers of scientific deduction, of course. It's evidence from an old case of yours, right? Not this time. I've never seen it before in my life. It's also very detailed. You can see the abs in the Linnea alba on this statue. Doesn't seem to fit with the other items in this room either. For one thing, it doesn't have a price tag on it. So why is it here? Ah, isn't he cutie? Look at his fluffy little guy. That's the stuffed animal we found at Gourd Lake. He should be in the possession of the prosecutor in charge of that case. So how did he wind up here? Ah, but look, he's missing his left horn. He is, but he never had it in the first place. At least not as far as we ever saw. Defective merchandise, huh? Then we need to contact the manufacturer and demand a recall. Now that I come to think of it, why would anyone give the president a broken toy to begin with? Oh, that looks like a 3D image. I'm still looking. This storeroom is actually more of a stock room? It would seem so, such as it pains me to consider such a thing. What kind of person sells off evidence from serious criminal cases? And who to? Who would even pay for all this stuff? Somebody, clearly. The price tags are proof of that. Wow, people really collect it with anything, huh? Fascinating. That's odd. This is only only spot with nothing on it. But it still has one of those signs in front of it. Indeed. And look, there's an outline in the dust. On top of the cloth. It's very cheap too, only $240. I'd say something was probably sitting here until quite recently, wouldn't you? Well, that's Edgeworth, never mind. You know what, I think you may be right, but I'm drawing a blank trying to imagine what. Well, I might have an idea. A star-shaped outline. Don't we have a piece of evidence that might well be connected? The outline of the dust matches the bottom of the candelabrum exactly. I'd say there's a very strong chance this is where our murder took place. Which would mean the candelabrum was evidence from another case? It certainly seems likely, but that's not our concern right now. The key thing is to note is that the murder weapon was taken from this storeroom. Interesting. Scientifically speaking, I'd say this looks like some kind of wooden box. Yeah, the chains are probably to stop the cold air from escaping. I don't mean to contradict you, Emma, but isn't it just some box for containing clothes? The wood is imbued with a natural repellent that keeps moss away. Oh, yeah, sure. Guess you could look at it that way. And keeping your clothes chilled would be nice for the summer, right? Still not prepared to let go of that particular part of your hypothesis, I see. A bunch of trophies and... Ooh, look, somebody left a walkie-talkie here. It looks to me like it was put here deliberately. Rather like it's on display, to be honest. Hey, there are batteries in here too. It could be useful. Let's take it with us. Nobody will mind if I use it for a little while, will they? I could take it to the police station afterward. Someone's starting to sound like a certain great thief. This statue. What is it? Got some new data for me? Not exactly. It's just something from a case I worked on. A piece of evidence. I believe it's called the Alfred statue. And there were two of them. A real one and a fake. Whichever one this is, it shouldn't be here of all places. Also, how would it fit in here? The trapdoor isn't big enough and the elevator isn't. Did they use magic? An old case, huh? Guess you could have worked on a bunch of different... Huh? I was like taken aback by the sudden sound effect. Gotcha! Why are you back, Lotta Hut? Caught in the act, Rick down-handed, guiltier than a tomcat covered in cream. Ah! My eyes. Stop that at once. Ain't no stopping me snapping, not until I get every dang detail and then some. Y'all think I'm about to let a bunch of dirty criminals go before I get a shot? Think again. We're not criminals. Wrong voice. Yeah, sure. I've forgotten the voice I gave you before. I know you're supposed to be Southern and I've already forgotten what it was. But the other one, it's got bells on. This here camera's a weapon of justice. It ain't about the hog swallow or put your cheap denials. Oh, it's you. Huh? You're that low-down dirty jerk of a prosecutor, ain't you? Who you courting low-down dirty jerk? This is Lotta Hart, a photojournalist by trade. We've crossed paths on a few occasions, especially on that one particular case. She's hard to forget and even harder to get a word in edgewise. making that face, will you? That's the face of a no-good schemer if I ever saw one. And then Old Bag and Larry fell through the ceiling. Yay. Seems I didn't leave the best of impressions on her either. Well, this is payback time, Mr. Schemer. You ought to be thankful. All I want from you is a couple of pictures. But we're just here to investigate. Sure you are. By investigate, you mean pull the wool over Laura's wide eyes. Sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I thought she might listen to me. It didn't hurt to try, I guess, but we're probably better off leaving her alone for now. How did you even find here? Why is she even here? You said this statue was a piece of evidence from an old case of yours, right? It's pretty weird looking, I have to say. It's known as the Alfred statue. The what? The Alfred statue. But it says here it's called the Alif Red statue. Alif Red? Alfred? Alif Red? What are you muttering about? Oh, nothing. Let's carry on looking around, shall we? He got the name mixed up. So what are y'all doing snooping around an old fishy place like this anyhow? I think it's us who should be asking you that. Me? I'm in it for the truth, for the good auto society, and for the little old me, of course. I'm what you might call a photographer for the people. Stepping here, stepping there, snapping every dang where. I'll just leave you to it then. We can talk once you've gotten it out of your system later. I'll just ignore you. Whoa, that's one heck of a desk. I wonder who it belonged to. Red, white. There are four male figures as legs holding up the tabletop at the center. It's hideously cringy. And it doesn't even have the good decency to be camp enough to loop back around. Is this from one of your cases too, Edgeworth? No, I don't think anyone related to any of my investigation with such ostentatiously awful taste. He was in one of your Edgeworth... he was one of the first cases you went against with Phoenix Wright, okay? Remember that. Edgeworth really is British. I am. At least I don't think there was. Piles of blank notes, just left out for all to see. A little tasteless, wouldn't you say? No way, these are all 100 bills. That's a fortune right here. Lots of money. It's just lots of money is the item. How many years would it take for you to make that much money, Mr. Edgeworth? Please, Emma, I don't even want to think about it. What is that, a giant head thing? It's the head of the great Miss Monkey. I remember the case well, but how did they end up getting here? Huh? Miss Monkey? That doesn't sound right. Are you sure you didn't get the name wrong, Mr. Edgeworth, or misremembered it somehow? Don't be ridiculous, as if I may ever make such a mistake, and you did. You did already. Wow, this must be some sturdy construction. Thick floor plate, sturdy supports. Even crossbow pakins, yeah. At a rough estimate, I'd say it'd hold 50 of you easily, Mr. Edgeworth. Except for the fact that it's nowhere near big enough. Well, you say that, but pack yourselves in tight enough and I think you might just do it. I really don't think so. Anyway, we have more important things to be investigating. We can theorize about the elevator once we're done. Huh, maybe you're right. Fine, 45 Mr. Edgeworth, 48 tops. Oh boy, this whole experience is enough to boggle the guy's mind. Mysterious storerooms, damsel in distress, it's got the lot. Could you at least try to take things a little more seriously, Fender? I could try. No, but seriously, I'm as keen to help out Kay as you are. So stay for me. You go do your thing. It's not Kay I'm worried about, it's you. Lots of money. We've seen items of old evidence marked with price tags, along with huge piles of cash. I think it's pretty clear that somebody's been running an illicit trade in judicial goods. Shady deals on a 51st floor? This is big, it has to be, right? I think it might be, but we'll need to investigate a little further yet. We need to find out more about what's going on here. If only there was an eyewitness who could interview. An eyewitness, huh? I don't know. Maybe someone with poofy hair could help us. Do I really have to talk to her, though? I don't really like her. Why exactly are you here, Miss Hart? Me? I told you. I'm in it for the truth. For the good of the society and all for little old me, of course. I'm a photographer for the people. For the people? If you won't tell me the real reason you're here, perhaps I can hazard a guess. Somebody was carrying out an illicit police evidence trafficking ring here in the storeroom. Oh, so she's after a juicy story. Makes sense. How'd y'all figure that out? Guess it means I don't have to be tippy-toe around it anymore, huh? One of my sources told me down low about an underground auction. Oh, what? So all the items here were sold to the highest bidder. Folks were slinging all around money like it was going out of fashion. I had to come see for myself, of course. Reckon I get my eyes on the subject, you know? Should have heard the tales about the contact was telling. Taller than 2 trees, so I thought at first. Anywho, wasn't about to write up based on hearsay alone. So yesterday I slunk in behind here like a skunk and settled in to wait. Bidding started late at night and carried right on through to the break of dawn. So the auction and the murder happened at the same night. Coincidence? I think not. Dirty deals in the storeroom. Secret storeroom. Talk about a story. Was there anything else on sale apart from the items of evidence in this room? Sure, there was the regular old stuff too. Shady artworks from who knows where, that kind of thing. In what way were shady artworks regular exactly? But the evidence was the big draw for sure. Reckon they were selling them faster than the crooks would smuggle them out of the cop and prosecutor stops. And I bet you got pictures of the whole thing, right, Miss Hart? Well, you see, the main event was down below. I had to try and see what I could from up here. Haven't been up here since yesterday. I assume you witnessed the entire auction from start to finish then. I don't know if I'm getting a headache or what, but geez, my eye hurts. It was an underground affair, like I said, so folks wasn't exactly giving it much anyway. Or much away. All of them customers came down one at a time from up on the roof there. They were a mess, just so as soon as they got down the ladder, and that ain't all. They had voice changer doodads on them. See? Teeny tiny ones, stinkier than the bugs behind. If you still couldn't see their real face, you couldn't hear the real voices. Surreptitious little heck. You're in surreptitious, right? Sure do. Sweet, sweet surreptitude. Also not the word. Anywho, once they had their gear on, they went right downstairs. And then it came in the next one. When it came down to leave, they all done the same, but in reverse. Up they came, one by one. Masks back on the hook, ladder up and away. Whoa, that's a serious operation. Masks jotted down in my organizer. And how many participants were there? 11 altogether. I counted them when they came down the ladder. I didn't just hide behind a stupid statue the whole time, you know. Were you in a swimming pool? You didn't? Then where were you? Well, when I first got here, You know what? That ain't important right now. So you were hiding behind the statue from the very beginning. Anywho, I watched them folks coming from the spot right there in the shadows. I see. So you were watching from behind the statue? They used that there, the elevator, to get down below. And once they were all down there, I stuck up and took a peek on what was going on. You mean the elevator remained in the room beneath? Nah, they set it back up. But there's a little peeky hole if you know where to look. The elevator don't sit flush with the floor, see? If you bend down and squint just right, you can see the whole shebang. Did you catch sight of who was in charge? Alright, sure, I guess I did. Ain't half a good story if you don't have a glimpse of the old evil ringleader after all. I wonder who this ringleader is. I'll have to ask her some more. It's the biker man. The random guy that shows up at the end of the previous part, who looks evil as all heck, he's the ringleader. Wait, no, it's a ploy. It's actually Verity. She's the one behind it all. You mentioned a ringleader. Can you tell me any more about them? Gosh, no, I came here to get me an exclusive. An exclusive ain't much dang good if you done spill the beans already. Shut up and tell me the the evidence or I'm going to hold you in contempt of court and get you arrested and put in prison for the rest of your life. I see. So you don't actually know anything about them. You think that's why she won't give us any answer? Makes sense, I guess. You got me. Couldn't see if it was a man or a woman. Get her an old time and nothing. What were they wearing? Could you see that at least? Sure, white jacket, white gloves, and magenta flower on the lapel. Then 3 things is what I remember. Oh, okay, it's the victim. What's good a description of the outfit if I don't got a clue who's wearing it? So this ringleader disguised their identity too, just like everybody else? Yes, sirree. Masks, voice changer, the whole 9 yards. And they were wearing one of the masks. Which one? Let me see. Oh yeah, this guy. Zervan. Okay, he looks like something from Aztec mythology. Zervan? What kind of name is that? Seriously, Mr. Edwards, you never heard of Zervan? He's a global hero on Onyankapon's arch nemesis. Who hasn't heard of Zervan the Time Lord? No one! This is the first time he's been brought up. I think you might be better off asking who has. So, you didn't get a glimpse of their face at all? No, I dang well didn't. Which kind of scotches my scoop. This whole mess has been nothing but a snapper. I should have never come. Ancient gender could not be discerned. We know of somebody who is dressed like that. Maybe I should try showing that evidence to Miss Hart. Here, look at this dead body. You said the ringleader was wearing a white jacket, white gloves, and a magenta flower, correct? Sure did. Don't ask me why they were dressed like a peacock on parade day, but that's all there was. Is this the outfit you saw? Well, holy smokes! It sure heck is. But, oh, wait. So the big cheese is dead? All we know is that she's the victim in the case we're investigating. Her name was Rosie Ringer. Do you know her? Nope. So the ringleader was a lady? Well, ain't that just a slippier than a dang eel? Throwing me off with the man's jacket and all like that? It's hardly think she did it to fool you specifically. Just people in general. But setting that aside for now, what's important is that we've discovered something vital to the case. Namely that the underground auction was chaired by none other than a victim. Somebody else done and bumped the boss off, huh? Then that's what was happening. When what was happening? Oh, nothing at all. Y'all just go about your business now. How about no? This is why I hate you. Or I say hate's probably a strong word. This is why I don't like you sometimes. No offense, Miss Hart, but you made it sound like you were about 5 times more suspicious. Suspicious my foot? I'll tell y'all, it's nothing. And you won't get nothing more out of me than that. Wait, so there is more. You know, I am not a prosecutor or a defense attorney at the moment. I could go whole Batman on your ass and hold you over the edge of a building. How many dang times do I gotta tell you? It ain't nothing, okay? And I ain't saying nothing either way. Aw, can't you just tell us a little bit more? Pretty please? I'll tell you this, okay? I'm a journalist, a news hound, a scoop hunter, you hear? Exclusive articles go out, money comes in. That's how the game is played. Tell you more? Heck, I've done told you all too much already. Wait, what if I examine some fingerprints for you? Pro bono. What kind of cockamamie thank you is that? Cockamamie. I haven't seen that word in ages. I'd sooner get a tooth pulled. Go on and tell you dig it up yourselves. Just like I had to. Okay, guess she isn't going to talk either to us. Oh, she will. I'll handle things from here, Emma. There's a certain technique I've found useful when dealing with difficult customers such as her. A gun! She may not give up the information voluntarily, but that doesn't mean she can't be persuaded to. I think it's chess time. Let's start by observing our opponent. Yep, she looks like a moron. I ain't telling you nothing, you hear? Quit tasting your time before I really blow a fuse. As we seem, she's very quick-tempered. She'll try to cut the conversation dead where possible. I won't have much time to think, so I'll need to be swift and decisive. Miss Hart is definitely hiding something from me. So my first move is to discover what that something is. My chess, commence! I need you to tell me everything you know, and don't you dare leave anything out. Go jump in a creek, you big bully. Why should I tell you anything? You won't do nothing. You don't get nothing to do with me. No way with me. With what? No me with you either. I don't have a clue as how to proceed. I guess I'll leave it for next time. I can see you're a little agitated, Miss Hart. Let's just calm down and try to talk. I am calm, dang you. Leastways, will be just as soon as you all stop quick. What is wrong with me? Quit yanking my dang chain. That's better. Being a new hand's all about keeping a cool head no matter when the world throws at you see? But you don't. You don't keep your cool head. Speaking of news hounds, this might interest you. I met one a few days ago. She was a very hungry young reporter indeed. A reporter with a very particular turn of phrase, similar to your own, in fact. Oh yeah? She's put like me, huh? Guess that could have been someone I know. Her name is Tabby Lloyd. And if I had closed my eyes, I could have believed I was listening to you. Actually, she's better than her. Why couldn't Tabby Lloyd show up here? She told me about somebody she called the Chief. She was talking about you, wasn't she? Oh, so y'all met Tabby, huh? Well, ain't that something? Where did y'all bump into her? She's a great kid, reckon. Wait. Oh, no, you don't. You ain't getting nothing on my good side bringing her into this, you sneaky snake. Ooh, you nearly had me, too. Interesting. Talking about Miss Lloyd seemed to make her lower her guard a little. I think we can use that to our advantage. Time to deploy my clue. I don't have anything to do with you. That's a little unkind, don't you think? After all, I know your apprentice. I know her pretty well, in fact. Yeah? Well, guess it does seem kind of cold of me to say that if you know her pretty good. Wouldn't want the poor kid thinking I don't give a rat's behind. Good. Then you'll tell us what you know. Fine. See, it's like this. Got me a scoop. Wait, what am I thinking? Dang it, Lara. You can't go let him bamboozle you that easy. What was that about a school? Oh, forget it. It was nothing. You were on your way to school, weren't you? I have to. You do realize you've nowhere to turn, don't you? Oh, quit riding me, will ya? There's a whole thing wasting my precious time. I should have picked my own words more wisely. Oh man, I was hoping it would actually have unique dialogue. Oh, come on! I don't got enough time for this Hawkswell. That's it, I'm out of here. Curses. Game over. I can't give up now. I have to keep pushing. I thought I could just do it on the last second, but I guess not. Alright, once more into the breach. I think that's the first time I've ever lost one of these things. Oh, I have to do the whole thing again? How embarrassing. A professional journalist making a careless slip of the tongue. You have a scoop, don't you? Now tell me what it is. Ah. Alright, I've got me a scoop. A big one. But I can't just go blabbing about it to y'all. I've got bills to pay. You have nothing to pay. Except time. She may be hiding something very important. I may have to get it out of her somehow. Or, we need to know the details of this scoop. She's quick to anger, but she's also quick to let her key information slip. Now that we know that, we should rest. The rest shouldn't be too hard. Let's see what else we can get out of her. Your speak scoop involves something criminal in nature, doesn't it? Meh. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. Which is it? This is important. Alright. You don't gotta holler at me like that. I ain't done nothing shameful or nothing. You're full of shame. Just snuck in and did some undercover reporting. I'll be the judge of whether your actions were shameful or not. And lawful entry into a private property is very shameful indeed. In fact, it's a crime. Hey, you did the exact same thing, genius. But I guess you're a prosecutor, huh? You're allowed to do stuff like that. I can do whatever I damn well please. Let's not mention the fact that I'm handed in my badge. Shall we? Still, it doesn't matter to a whole hill of beans, right? I knew you were going to say that. I even said in my mind you were going to say that. There's folks out there that would have done me way worse. Murder for one. Next to murder, I trespass is hardly nothing. So your scoop is about murder. From your mutterings about murder just now, I gather that your scoop has something to do with a homicide. No, I was just talking like how apathetical like. You know about murder being the one and all. Ain't nothing worse than murder. Not the most skillful evasion I've heard in my career. Look, I done told you, okay? I snuck into the auction. I'll cop to that. But murder? I don't know nothing about no murder. Ain't seen nothing. Ain't no heard nothing. Scout's honor. I don't have a clue as to how to proceed with this line. Oh, okay. The scoop of yours does have something to do with the auction. You know what? I clean forgot. But you tried to infiltrate an underground auction. It only stands to reason that you observed something. Otherwise, what would you have to write about? I don't know what to tell you. I didn't hear nothing. If you didn't hear the sound of nothing, does this mean you heard the sound of something? Something during your time in this room? I can't believe that actually worked. Well, see, that's, nothing really, just a little noise is all. Wouldn't even make page 16, forget I mentioned it. So something happened during the auction. Something that made a noise of some kind. This could be a clue. Okay, now I can do this one. I hate that I have to do the entire conversation again. Why can't it just save me at that point where I can't continue? You told me you heard something during the auction. You claimed it wasn't important, but it must have been. Otherwise, why remember it? I think it was something very memorable indeed. In fact, I believe it was the cry of a murder victim. How did you keep doing that? You keep destroying my chess pieces. Wait, why do I have chess pieces? Alright, it's true. I wound up smack dab in the middle of a murder scene, but only by accident. And now what are you all getting out of me? Won't be no scoop left otherwise. The murder Miss Hart witnessed. It must be the same murder ourselves have been investigating. That should prove to be a very valuable piece of information indeed. Perhaps we should finish up by confirming the credibility of her claim. Woo! I have her on the back foot now. It's time to finish her. I need you to describe the murder in detail. It's vitally important. Wish I could help y'all, but I don't really recall a whole bunch. Ain't much I can tell you, sorry. I mean, look at me. Can't even get my facts straight half the time. Yep, and you've also implicated Edgeworth wrongly twice. Because of your stupid pictures and your stupid moronic thoughts. I hate you! Die! Not really. I don't have a clue as to how to proceed, because I'm stupid. Be honest, Miss Hart. I know there's something you're still not telling me. I ain't nothing left to tell you, dang it. I done spilled my guts already. I don't have a clue. You said you wound in the middle of a murder scene. Is that really true? You calling me a liar now? Ooh-wee, now I'm mad. Real mad. Go ahead, stay mad. I'm a journalist. How are you going to sell stories if us folks can't trust what I'm telling the truth? It's my motto, you know. Faster than anybody, honester than everybody. But you're never honest. A motto, huh? That could be an important clue. I should bear it in mind. Okay, I guess it's not that one. I can't imagine that being so vague is the trait valued among journalists. Surely accuracy and honesty are all what's necessary when reporting on a story. Well, see... It seems your so-called information is not credible after all. Look, there was a murder and I was there, I just can't prove it. You can prove it, can you? How? I've got it right. Ooh, wait, you heard that? I was just talking to myself. Oh, wrong voice. Don't think you're nothing on it. She's still hiding something. This is a very vital clue. How do we need a clue to find out she's hiding something? It's obvious she's hiding something. Why do we need to talk about this roundabout way about it? I know you've been keeping something from me, and that something is proof. Proof related to the murder you've witnessed. Proof sound enough to form the basis of a story you're hoping to sell. Ah! Southern voice. Dang it all to heck. Give me a break, will you? I'll come clean, okay? That's what you want, right? Here, I've done snapped the photo. Happy now you better be. And that there's checkmate. And then he just just ignores her from now on. She's not important anymore. Can't believe I let that happen. Betrayed by my own big mouth. Well, it happened, so it's time to tell us everything. I saw the whole thing. Watched the auction from start to finish. But you didn't just watch it, right? You took pictures too. Yeah, about that. Like I said, I was spying on the whole thing right from the get-go. There was all shouting out bids and somebody wins something and bam, down comes the hammer. Head upstairs and pay, shouts the old ringleader, and then the whole thing starts over again. Anywho, as soon as it happened, I had a quick think. And that's when I ran behind that there statue and hid. And who was it that eventually appeared? Didn't see nothing, but I heard something that made me pretty sure it was whoever placed the winning bid. The sweet sound of cold hard cash. I'm not sure I have any idea what that sounds like. The sound of someone counting bills, perhaps. Anywho, the deal was he settled your bills were up here. I heard two people yabbing for a little while. Wait, so the two people came up the elevator? You betcha. I guess the other one was our friend, the ringleader. Anyway, yabba yabba yabba, on it goes for a little while, and then, a scream. Well, that shook me up pretty good, so I hunkered down in the hiding place and tried to stay out of sight. So you didn't see the moment of the murder? No, but I heard it real good. You didn't try to help whoever was being attacked? Quit trying to be funny, girlie. It don't suit you none. I'm just a dainty little journalist all on a lonesome. You think I was fixing to jump in and save the day? If I recall correctly, the game was originally released on the 10th anniversary of the first Ace Attorney, hence this room being a big Easter egg to celebrate it. Originally? The original game? Yeah, maybe. I think so. I'd have to look. But hey, Pokefan. Dainty. Anywho, then there was a bunch of rustling sounds. Right about when that happened, and I got a feeling pretty bad about what I'd done. Well, that makes sense, I guess. After all, you didn't. I didn't remember to get out of my camera and snap even a dang picture. Scoot like that drops right in my lap and I miss it. Somebody ought to tan my hide. I don't care about anyone dying. I just wanted to take pictures so I could sell it and make money. Anywho, when a little more time goes by and there's a little kind of chattering noise. I didn't even think he'd gotta get shot this time, and so I grabbed one real quick from over there in the shadows here. Could we see this photograph? Do I have to? Here. That's the person in the red raincoat, the one who attacked Kay, and was also at the parade at the beginning of the game. So the Kay's raincoat assailant who had also attacked the victim here in the storeroom, and then proceeded up to the roof where they assaulted Kay. We can quite clearly see one of their hands, and they're wearing red gloves. There's only one person in this picture. Where is the victim? Weird, huh? I wonder where the same thing. I heard two people, but there was only one thing in the shot I got. And I hadn't seen nobody anywhere. Or nowhere else in the room either. But that's the killer, alright. Leastways, I'm pretty sure it is. So are we saying the victim disappeared? How did you know it was the killer just by looking? Because they're literally red-handed with blood. How else would you get there, huh? And the auction just carried on after that? Sure did. They just went right along like nothing had happened. Rich folks is crazier than a box of frogs. I never understand what they think. Funny, I find journalists a struggle to understand as well. Hiccups. If the storeroom was actual scene of the crime, then you'd expect the body to have been up here at some point as well. Huh? Well, yeah. But think back to what Miss Hart told us about the victim. The customers left the auction. Did you remember? Of course, they came up from the downstairs, back through the storeroom and... Oh! Exactly. The killer would have had to hide the body in order to avoid discovery. The OG Ace Attorney released in 2001, the second investigations game released in 2011. Yeah. Cool. The question is, where did they hide it? In that box. Emma, if you wouldn't mind putting your skills to me for work. Love to. You just say what you need and I'll get right on it. Very well. And then I'd like you to check for blood residue. A luminol test, in other words. Sure thing. Prepare to witness the power of science. I've never seen somebody's eyes actually sparkle with anticipation before. Alright, how about we test the ladder over there first? Based on Mr. Hart's picture, I'd say the person in the red raincoat was about to climb it and make their escape, which means there's a high chance for a positive result. To test an area, press A. That'll spray a little luminol on it. And if it happens to land on some blood, you'll see it react like this. Ugh, it still feels super raw to see it just appear like that. Anyway, that's a positive, but it's still faint. Spraying it a couple more times should be enough to make it really stand out. Yeah, that brought it out nicely. And it made it feel much more real. Anyway, I think we got the gist of it now, to look for our blood traces now, right? What? So many nows. I'm sure there's still some more to be found, so why don't you give it a try? And that's how it's done. I want to look around more, though. Take a good look around and see if you can find some other places to test luminol with. You want to test there? Sorry, it's negative. Want to test there? Negative 2. Can we spray people with it? You want to test there? Nothing. Oh, they're over there. Okay. Want to test there? Just spray some luminol anyway, place suspicious. Mr. Edgeworth, blood! But how could it have gotten there? Oh, wrong voice. Maybe somebody put something with blood on it in there? Blood was detected in the clothes box. There's still places we haven't tested yet. Let's see what else we can find. Is this going to end up being like actual blood money? Just spray luminol any place suspicious. We got a positive, there's blood here. But how come? Probably because this is where the murder was actually committed, I'd say. Wouldn't there be a lot more blood, though? Oh, looks like some of it dripped on through to the floor below, too. I think that's all the blood there is to be found. How do you know? Do you smell it? All right, then that concludes this phase of our investigation. Blood on the clothes box can only mean one thing. That's where the body was hidden. I'm certain of it. I wonder who won the box in the auction. I haven't the foggiest. Still, it's a very helpful discovery. No, just hold your horses there. There ain't nobody the body could have been in there. What do you mean? I took a look at that there box when I first got on here. Locked to be just about the perfect size for a little hide-and-go-seek if the need arose. And it would have been, if I could have opened it. But it was wrapped up in chains, locked up tight. It ain't no escapologist. Escapologist, or whatever you called it. The murder happened just a little after I scooped it out. So can't nobody have to put no body in there. Wrapped up in chains and locked up tight, you say? That's odd, because it doesn't look to be wrapped up in chains any longer. Huh? Well, slap my head and call me silly. Could have sworn it was there. It was, though. I think we've examined all we can for now. Great, time to see what's down below. We're going to get instantly caught. Shaking a lead already, Miles. Okie dokie. Hey, K-Meister. Yes, Mr. Fender? We're about ready to move out, so I want you to stick with me, okay? Can't have you getting lost. Of course. I'll be sure to stay close. When did those two start getting along so well? Everyone's in the elevator. Everyone's going to be there. April 5th, 7:43. Mr. Edgeworth. Hello, everybody. This room. This is the auction room? No, this is the committee chamber. Way to drop right in my lap, Kate Faraday. You got real guts, I'll give you that. Arrest her, men. Arrest her right now. Wait, but she's... As to the rest of the riff, throw them out into the street where they belong. You can't do this. It's going way overboard. Yeah, what she said. Miles, this isn't looking good, I gotta say. See how the blind knight justice signs... Ah! Yowie! What did I do? You'll have to forgive me. I meant to hit a certain cowardly ex-prosecutor. You certainly weren't aiming for him. You were aiming straight at me. Something keeps getting in my way, it seems. Yeah! Yeah! Beat him up! Right here. Franziska. So, what are you doing here, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor? I still believe Kay to be innocent. And we're supposed to care what you believe. You no longer have the right to an opinion. I am Franziska von Kammer and I have no intention of stopping here or now. But you chose to stop by giving your badge up. And so our game has already come to an end. My badge was an obstacle proceeding along the road I've chosen. I haven't stopped, I simply cleared the way ahead. And now I'm free to follow that road, all the way to the truth. So don't you think for a second that my conviction has changed. I'm every bit as dedicated as ever was. You seem to think you know what lies ahead at the road, or the end of the road of this truth. The road to the truth. I can't read. In that case, I demand that you show me. I'll explain my current theory first, and if your road fails to lead anywhere, my whip will happily guide it. You know, it's funny. The moment we show up, she's just on us straight away. She's like, I challenge you, Edgeworth. You're not running away from me this time. Even if you aren't a prosecutor anymore. I'll show you I'm better than you. I don't love you like a brother or anything. Shut up. Franziska's current theory. The victim used a keycard and entered the chamber with her killer. She was then stabbed with the candelabrum by the culprit and subsequently died as a result. We all know the identity of the murderer thanks to the letters she exchanged with the victim. And we know the location of the murder is here in the committee trial's chamber. The blood on the floor in this room proves my theory. Game, set, and match, Miles Edgeworth. QED. You seem pretty confident, huh? He doesn't like the courage for convictions, that's certain. And I gotta say, I dig that vibe. Even I could get a no hard feeling. Pathetic. Well, Mr. Wilmer... Brain, come on! Well, Miles Edgeworth, do you think you can bring my case crashing down around my ears? If you really have found the road to truth, perhaps you'd be so kind as to point me toward it. I'll be very happy to. Settle in, Franziska. I'm about to pave the road with incontrovertible evidence. I'm just imagining her just like pushing her way through the people and say, you're going to immediately challenge me. Okay, I can't present this yet. Franziska, what do you make of this? A word of warning, Miles Edgeworth, if you don't wish to feel the sting of my whip. Don't show me every meaningless item you happen to cram into your pockets. At least I'm not giving you meaningless warnings. Scientifically speaking, that whip looks like it was made to inflict the maximum amount of pain possible. Well, unscientifically speaking, I can tell you that it hurts. A lot. Then I guess you just have to try your best to avoid getting hit, huh? Okay, fine. I guess I'll do pressing. And you're sure the data from the security system is accurate? That data, just like me, perfect in every way. There's no room for doubt on either front. Well, your theory is far from perfect. I suppose I'm not going to change your mind on this so easily, am I? Correct. As I said, the victim entered the room with the killer.
Hold it!
And the stab wounds she sustained are a perfect match for the candelabrum in question. 3 wounds inflicted by metallic spikes of some kind in 3 places simultaneously. Even you have to agree that there are many objects you could do that. Or that could do that. Furthermore, Grandma Hertz confirmed the murder weapon in her report. And then there's absolutely no doubt in your mind that this was a candelabrum. None whatsoever. And as for the culprit...
Hold it!
Have you managed to prove conclusively the letter you found on the victim was sent by Kay? I wasn't aware there was any doubt on that front, and you're suggesting it was a forgery. Well, if there was any doubt, there isn't any longer. Document analysis turned up nothing. Nothing to suggest the involvement of any other than the sender and the recipient, or any other forgery. Not sure if you noticed, but Eustace is wearing the same uniform as Hugh O'Connor from Dual Destinies. I mean, I mentioned it. I mentioned that he looks like he was from the school. Are you saying they found Kay's prints? No, only the victims. Well then, how can you say for sure that Kay did the riot deed? Haven't you been listening? Document analysis found nothing to suggest the letter was a forgery. Face it, the letter was sent by Kay Faraday. A fact that more than adequately proves the identity of the murderer.
Hold it!
You can prove that the murder happened here in the committee chamber, I suppose. A Von Karma is perfect in every way. Or did you forget that when you handed in your badge? Okay, it was here I was supposed to present it. If I remember correctly, the blood discovered in this room was located at the foot of the Goddess of Justice statue. Murder under the gaze of the divine, a brazen act even for a cold-blooded killer. Except that might not be true at all. Take a look at this if you would. It's a bloodstain we discovered in the storeroom directly above the committee chamber. As you can see, the blood we found there looks to have been dripped through to the floor room below. And the elevator it tripped down from descends directly to the foot of the statue. And you noticed. Then you will have to agree that the murder cannot in fact have happened in this room. I put it to you that the victim was killed in the room above, and only afterward was she moved down here. The Goddess of Justice did not witness the murder. She witnessed the killer trying to cover their tracks. Why is she smiling? Sorry, I was just thinking back to a very similar situation. Well done, Miles Edgeworth. You've proven yourself to be more foolish than I thought. Miles Edgeworth is anything but a fool, sir. You know it. Yeah. Have you forgotten the picture you just showed me? Or are you really that air-headed? Even a cursory glance shows that there was far more blood here in the committee chamber than upstairs. Whipped and ignored again. You're trying to tell me that all the blood dripped down from above, Miles Edgeworth? If it had, your storeroom stain would have to be 10 times as big. I say the murder happened down here. There's no way it could have happened anywhere else. As insightful as ever, Francisca, but you played right into my hands. How so? You are correct. There is far less blood upstairs than there would be expected. The question is why? A trifling detail in the face of my previous explanation. Alas, your explanation doesn't account for why there was blood in the storeroom in the first place. Surely you don't think some splatter managed to shoot itself all the way up there, do you? Whoa! Like some crazy fountain of blood? No way! No way indeed. It's completely impossible. So how about this? What if this explains the difference in the amounts of blood observed? There was far more blood in the committee chamber than the storeroom above because... The victim was stabbed here? The victim was stabbed here in the committee chamber! Weren't you just the one who said that the murder happened in the storeroom? At least stand by your own statements. Oh, I've got that wrong. Badly wrong. The blood in the storeroom should surely be from the victim which she stabbed, but if we consider the point at which the victim was likely to be bled the most, perhaps we can explain why there was more blood in the community chamber than above. Just by the difference amount of blood, can you? I can advise the understood blah 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 blah. And the victim died to 3 stab wounds that would have bled profusely. Exactly, as proven by the amount of blood we found on the floor of this room. That doesn't make any sense. Not if she was stabbed in the storeroom. Silence, you half-baked hair-brained rookie. Hey, hair-brained is a little... A stab wound bleeds heaviest once a particular point of time. Oh, I know. When the weapon is removed, right? Precisely. I believe the body was brought down to the committee chamber within the candelabrum still in its chest. And then, when it's finally removed, it created a difference in the amount of blood we see between the 2 locations. But why? What was the killer trying to do? I imagine they were trying to give the impression that the murder happened down here. As we know, Miss Ringer's card was used late last night. Judging by the time it's listed in the record, I'd hazard a guess that it was used by the killer when they entered the room to create the elaborate setup. But why would they need to do all this in the first place? Perhaps because a person with a face to hide would fear the storeroom being found in the investigation. If they were involved with the underground auction, they couldn't afford to have their dirty secret exposed. Woo! Underground auction? You should take a look at the storeroom for yourself. The items up there tell quite a story. One that should be more than explain what was going on here last night. It's almost endearing, Miles Edgeworth, how desperately you want to protect your friend. There's something just beneath the surface of this case. Something bigger than all of us. And Kay's the only crime was to have the bad fortune to fall right into the middle of it. That's quite the hyperbolic claim, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Hyperbolic? Me? Surely you're the one making up a mountain of my perfectly reasonable molehill. You're working with Interpol on international cases, so why are you investigating a domestic murder? I'll tell you why. Because this case has something to do with the smuggling ring you've been chasing. You followed the trail of items being smuggled by the ring and wound up here. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me there's something I sense isn't related to any of this. I'm very happy to learn that you've given up on your badge. Didn't completely relieve you of your senses. Scruffy here told me the circumstances that led up to that, by the way. Sorry, sir. I just thought it might help, you know? You did the right thing, Detective. So I'm right, am I, Francisca? Is this incident part of the broader case you're working? Was the underground auction already on Interpol's radar? Wouldn't you like to know? But you don't need to, and so you won't. And then you knew, didn't you, that the auction was being held here in this chamber? Hey, y'all mind if I butt in for a sec? Your victim over there, the lady in white. You. Hey, little gal, finish with you. No good butting in a pain in the butt. You know what? Yow! Well, this leopard ain't sure states her spots. Your testimony is not required, and neither is your presence. She remembers the last time she was here, she messed up her testimony, and she was like, I hate you. What do you mean? I'm a journalist. You can't... Ow! You're a liar is what you are. You lied under oath that one time. Seems like Miss Von Karma are not too fond of Miss Hart, huh? I don't think she's her biggest fan, no. I don't think anyone is. What's she called, Ringer? Right? She was a member of this here committee. Well, she dressed up exactly like that mech. Ah, stop it! Stop whipping me, dang it! What is the meaning of this interruption, Miles Edgeworth? Explain. Miss Hart here has helped us out by describing how the auctioneer was dressed. And it seems they were wearing the exact same outfit as the victim, Miss Rosie Ringer. But that would mean the victim was also the ringleader. No. Why won't we just calm down, sir? It seems I have some new information to consider. It's true that I came here to investigate the underground auction, and to arrest its head of operations, the auctioneer. But if Miss Hart has to be believed, the ringleader is dead. I guess that means your journey here today was wasted. I suppose it does. Nonetheless, I, Francisco von Karma, I refuse to leave empty-handed. Time for a rematch, Miles Edgeworth. Fine by me, but you may find that your whip will go sorely underused this round. I intentionally make a mistake so then she does it. Latest theory. Fine, I accept your explanation. That would make the storeroom in the actual site of the crime, yes? In which case the murderer is someone connected to the auction. And if the photograph is supposed to be believed, the victim was the auctioneer and the culprit was the attendee. The killer lay in wait for the victim in the storeroom, where the exchange of illicit goods was to take place. They then stabbed the victim in the chest with a piece of merchandise, the candelabrum. There, does that about sum it up? Because I won't be accepting rebuttals. I'm afraid you might have to. There is a serious hole in your testimony. There is? I didn't spot any. Good thing you're the one in charge, Mr. Edgeworth. Alrighty then, time to go fight back. You have to win this for us. I will. Time to take Francisca's testimony to task. Rebuttal.
Hold it!
You conceded that point rather easily. I can't help but be suspicious. I'm not in the habit of denying facts that are readily supported by the evidence. You originally were that way. That's all there is to it. You were able to show that the murder actually happened in the storeroom.
Hold it!
And how exactly did you come to that conclusion? Members of the big building staff were questioned extensively, but none mentioned a secret storeroom. It seems the existence was known only to a handful of people. And of course, that storeroom was where the items were being sold in the auction were being kept. Very good. Which suggests a link between knowledge of the storeroom and involvement of the auction.
Hold it!
So you believe the victim and the ringleader were the one and the same? I do, and the murderer was. Why are you asking her this? You just said the exact same thing yourself, dummy. So I did. But I was merely confirming Francisca's reasoning in order to... Oh, don't give me that horse feed. You got caught saying something stupid to give you a little laugh and move on with your day. The murderer was one of the auction attendees. What? You don't got no notes on friends here after that little performance, that is? Of course, assuming that our little friend, the photographer word, can be trusted. I can't quite tell if they love or hate one another. Anyway, the more relevant point here is how the culprit actually carried out their plan.
Hold it!
How exactly did they manage that, may I ask? Miss Hart was in the storeroom too, remember?
Objection!
Yes, hiding someplace. And if you'd seen the storeroom yourself, you know that there are plenty of other places to hide too. So you're saying the killer was hiding out of sight and while they awaited the victim's arrival. I believe we can reasonably assume that the murder took place after the auction had concluded. After all, the victim was the auctioneer herself. She would surely have needed to be present throughout the proceedings. She thinks it happened afterward. Would you mind adding that statement to your testimony, Francisca? I believe we reasonably assume the murder took place after the auction. That is incorrect.
Objection!
It seems you're one step behind yet again, Francisca. How so? The auctioneer was not in fact the victim, and I can prove it. This is the statement Miss Hart gave us. Well, if she made it, it's not worth the air she used to say it. I done told you, I'm a journalist, dagnabbit. Her word is out. Did I ask you to open your mouth? Double ouch!
Objection!
Yes, beat her. Calm down and listen for a second, Francisca. Miss Hart witnessed at least some of the events surrounding the murder, and she confirmed that the auction continued even after the murder had occurred. You bet it did, right? Went right on like nothing had happened at all. How would that have been possible without an auctioneer, It wouldn't, so you see. The victim couldn't have been the auctioneer. She was one of the attendees. No! As I've been saying since the start, there's no way Kay can be the murderer, because she had been pushed down the hatch by her assailant and knocked unconscious by that time. So then who was the victim really? Right, well, if the auction carried out on the murder, the victim must not have been the auctioneer, but an attendee. That's enough. I know that sound all too well. Order in the courtroom. All rise for the chairman. Oh, there's no need for all that pomp and circumstance severity. Please, everyone, feel free to call me Celsius. Yes, that'll do nicely. Are you cold? Alright, Celsius, what are you doing here? Oh, just dropped by to see how my bone-headed boy was getting along. They say they're all sorts of families, but I'm not sure these are two are what they meant. I thought I might need to light a fire under the investigation, but it seems not. The suspect everyone's searching high and low for is right back where she started. Men, detain the suspect immediately. Wait, Miss Faraday is innocent. Shut your meddling mouth. He's got a flamethrower. You're becoming something on a problem, Miles. My boy, I thought I told you. The committee wants the matter cleared up as soon as possible. It's a matter of trust. We can't have our organization seem to be dragging its feet. It's bad for us, and it's bad for me, too. Personally, sorry, it must be my age. Your unlawful investigation ends here, and it would not be permitted to resume. In case you have forgotten, you are no longer a prosecutor. You have no authority here. And what's more, there is more to the matter of your aiding and abetting a suspect. She's right, of course, as always. You really are a godsend, Verity. Everything I do knowingly. If you wish to prosecute me for it, be my guest. But know this. We have uncovered a new suspect. This person here. Faraday was attacked by this You can stop right there, Mr. Edgeworth. The raincoat in your picture was discovered nearby a short while ago. The victim's blood was found on the hood, along with some cherry blossom petals. Cherry blossom petals like the one on the roof. Yes, they were stuck to the edges of the red stains, probably due to the blood being fresh at the time. The results came back already, my boys, so there's no mistaking it. The person in your picture is the victim, Miss Rosie Ringer. What? I mean, I thought that's what we figured. So is Excelsior saying Edgeworth is a meddling prosecutor? Yeah. No, this completely undermines our entire case. All our assumptions were based on the person in the raincoat being the killer. She attacked, what's her name, Kay, and then she got stabbed. But if they were the victim instead, then Kay remains at the top of suspects' list. Miss Faraday, you testified to having encountered a person in a red raincoat on the roof, correct? Yes, I did. We now know that the person was the murder victim, and you are the only person we know who came into contact with her. Since one of you wound up dead, I think we all know how that encounter went. No, Kay was attacked by that person. She's the victim here, not the aggressor. As far as I recall, we have yet to see any evidence that proves she was attacked as you claim. And even if such proof existed, Miss Ringer could possibly simply have been acting in self-defense. Well, you can't just jump to conclusions like that. Kay is innocent. But I'm not. Okay? I'm not innocent. I don't want to believe it, but I remembered something. Hearing about the raincoat brought it back. It's just a flash, but I remember what I saw now, right when it happened. The murder, it was me. I remember looking down and the person in the red raincoat was on the ground. It was me, Mr. Edgeworth. It was me all along. I'm the murderer. I'm the murderer. I knew this was going to happen. Pattern recognition. No, you're not. You can't be. Then what am I? Why do I have a memory like that? They were on the floor in front of me. There was a pool of blood. Why was I just standing there? Why didn't I do something? I know why. It's because I was the killer. This court recognizes the legitimacy of the accused's memories. What? You just said you didn't believe it like 5 minutes ago. I commend you on your bravery, Miss Faraday. I will not go unrewarded. Praise be to the goddess for her many blessings. Yeah, sure.
Objection!
As an official representative of Interpol, I hereby request that the suspect be... We don't have time for this. We must arrest Kay Faraday this instant. How dare you take that tone with me? This is a great overreach of authority. I demand that you give us more time to investigate. You say my investigation is unlawful? What could be more unlawful than this? Unfortunately, you no longer speak for the law. Indeed you don't. But I do. And while I can't help but be moved by your dedication to your friend, I have to agree with Verity. Speaking of the law, it seems there is one other we must arrest. Ah, yes, almost forgot. Miles. What are you talking about? This was just doing his job. He didn't do anything wrong. He wasn't doing squat. By which I mean to say, unfortunately, Miles is no longer serving in any kind of official capacity. You went too far this time, Mr. Edgeworth. You conducted a lawful investigation. Worse, you aided and abetted the flight of a suspect. Somehow. You no longer have even an ex-prosecutor. You are a criminal, nothing more. Oh, that reminds me. There was supposed to be a hearing today, wasn't there? Concerning your conduct. I'll make sure it's officially rescheduled for tomorrow, although I fear I already know the outcome. Look at this opportunity to reflect on your actions, Miles, a chance to really think long and hard. This court is adjourned. Okay. To be continued. Oh, Rash, great, it spoiled it. We're in a prison cell. Yay! It looks like the exact same prison cell that the other guy was in. Judge Cavell's goal. April 6th, the next day. Right. That is probably a great place to call it. We shall find out what happens next after being arrested. We're ending on a cliffhanger. But yeah, we got some stuff done. We managed to investigate. We found out there was a secret smuggling ring that was inside the actual building itself. The law is corrupt and no one really cares about the truth. They just want to get things done and out of the way. I hate this world. But yeah, we're going to see what happens next time, which is going to be next week, Tuesday, where we shall be investigating, or hopefully investigating, probably breaking out of prison first, and finding out what happens next. I wonder if Phoenix shows up here. He's like, "Oh, Edgeworth, I'm here to protect you, man. After this, we got to get to our wedding." Because you would think that Phoenix would be the first to jump in on this, hearing that his friend, or one of his childhood friends, would be in trouble again, especially one like Edgeworth. But we shall find out next time. So, thank you for watching, everyone. Hope you all enjoyed today. Sorry if I seemed a bit out of it. I don't know what's wrong with me today, but I just had trouble reading and my eye hurts for some reason. But hopefully it was still enjoyable. I'll be back tomorrow with more Hades. We had actually finished the main game, but we're doing the epilogue now. So join in for that if you want to see that. But as for today, like, follow, subscribe. Be sure to remember that. I'm messing this up so bad. Like, follow, subscribe, do the notifications to know when I stream. If you want to help support me, thanks to Patreon and tips. If you do become a patron, you get your name added to the patroness tier, where I give a shout out every stream, like I do with Hiro Kuni and the Soulmaster37. I thank you for the continued support. I really appreciate you all. And we get arrested. Simple as. Unlawfully arrested. Evilly arrested. As they put us in handcuffs, they're going, you know. But, yeah, we're going to see what happens next time. So thank you for watching. You all take care, and that's just today. And I'll see you all either tomorrow, or I'll see you all next week, Tuesday, for more of this. Until then, bye everyone. Bye Matt the Shirt. Bye Rafatron. Bye Pokefan. Thank you for sticking around and watching. See you all next time.